Alright, I am just on my way down to the San Diego airport. I'm traveling up to Seattle for the weekend to go see my family. They've been up there for the last week. We go up there every summer for a couple weeks just to hang out with my in-laws and just have fun. So, good times. So that's where I'm headed today. It's the fun part about going to the San Diego airport is that it can take anywhere from as little as 35 minutes to get there. And I've had all the way up to almost 3 hours. Traffic along I-5 is insane. It's something I knew that we were going to go through when we moved here, but I didn't realize the flexibility of it. Today's so far pretty good. We're cruising at 55. But yeah, you never know when you're going to the airport how long it's actually going to take. Alright, just leave my car here at the parking garage and we'll grab the shuttle to get to the airport. Made it to Seattle. It's cold and foggy like it always is here, and it's August. I don't know when it ever gets sunny here, but anyway, traffic is crazy at this departure place. I guess airports are usually busy, but anyway, good flight, like 3 hours. Sat in the middle, which usually sucks, but it wasn't too bad. The lady next to me like fell asleep and played on me the whole time, and then the old dude next to me just drank the whole time. So like, I don't know which was worse, but anyway, they were both fun. We are out here in Port Gamble today, which is just a little port town north of the Tacoma area on one of the islands. Kind of cool little town. There's like a quilt shop here, and that's about it. we're now just in a town called Polsbo, something like that. Just grabbing some lunch here and kind of checking the place out. Weather's awesome here. Happy to be home. So I'm standing here waiting to be picked up by my parking shuttle, and the guy's already driven by twice. He's down, where am I trying to point to? Right there. Right there. So we'll see if he stops this time. Gotta jump out on the road and wave him down. Alright, well apparently you can't get picked up or you're dropped off. So the guy drove by and waved again and shouting, go downstairs. So we'll see how this works out. Well, let's just stand here and wait, or sit here and wait for another bus to come. I guess I'll just reflect quickly on the weekend. It was a lot of fun. We went up to Seattle to see some family up there, and my wife's been gone for like a week and a half or so, and it just takes our little girls up there to spend time with their family. Sorry, it's like super windy now. Just has a blast of them. Like, they live on a farm and like chasing goats and feeding chickens and riding horses and all that kind of stuff for them. So it's been a lot of fun. I usually go up there for like 3 or 4 days and just kind of see them for a bit, and obviously get to know my in-laws a little bit better too. But it was a lot of fun. We did some crazy things. Went down to the Puget Sound. Played laser tag at night, and I don't know, just had a good time. I guess it wasn't too crazy, but it was a lot of fun. And usually it's kind of a stressful trip when you mix up multiple families. My wife comes from a family of 6 kids, and each of their families has kids, and so it's a busy weekend, but it's a lot of fun. So I'm happy to be back. The weather's awesome here in San Diego. Happy to be back to work. Tomorrow's Wednesday, so got to get a lot done. We're actually going to tie Monday and Tuesday's videos into last week, so we'll start fresh for the vlog tomorrow. But anyway, hope you guys are doing well, and enjoying the last couple weeks of summer. I think school starts officially next Wednesday, which is crazy. I guess what I was getting at before is I just miss work. It's funny. Like, I talk about that all the time. Like, I love the family time, and I love my life, and I love the things that I get to do. But I miss the family time, and I miss not family. I do miss family time. I miss the work, and I miss being at work and having calls and talking to you guys, and just showing up every single day. That's the fun of it. Like, my whole flight home, I was just thinking of, like, man, I'm excited to get back. So even though it was only a couple days, it was a lot of fun, and I'm excited to get back. So got a bunch of calls, a couple calls tomorrow. I'm teaching an awesome webinar on Thursday that we're gonna have a couple thousand people on, so that'll be awesome. I'll tell you more about that next week. But yeah, anyway, this is the wrap up of the vlog. Hope you guys are enjoying the content, and if you haven't consumed some of the little live videos that I've been doing every single day, hopefully you guys get a chance to check those out. I do those on Erik on my Facebook page, and try to make up some of that content here so you can kind of get a glimpse of what it is that we do. But yeah, so subscribe to the vlog if you haven't done so. Check out our YouTube channel if this is where you're watching it. And as always, thanks guys for following along. See you guys next week. Alright guys, I want to talk about money this week, and I guess to think about like the ability that it has in your life and the conflict that it may cause on the other end. Okay, so I follow a lot of people online on vlogs and podcasts, and I read books and consume YouTube content from guys who make a ton of money, right? Because they say you become basically the average of the 5 people that you hang out with. And while I've got friends and all that, I want to hang out with the most influential people that I can be around all the time, right? So guys that make millions of dollars per year are who I want to listen to, because they inspire me and they allow me to grow and push myself and develop who I am. So I think the thing to think about with money, that's a lot to say, is that money can be a driving factor, right? So most of us are driven by money. We want more money, we want to earn more money, we want what money can buy us, the toys, the tangible assets in this life. And the good thing about that is it's kind of one of those like vision board type things, right? Like I have a vision board at home, there's a bunch of cool things on it, tangible items, cars, houses, dream vacations, things that I'm gonna do with my family, things that money will buy me. I also have things on my vision board that money can't buy me, but that's a whole other subject. But the point is that money and the access to money that we are looking for drives a lot of us, and it inspires us, it pushes us, it motivates us, but it can also frustrate us, right? Like it can cause us to get down, it causes us to compare us to other people. We may see other more successful people in life and we think, how did they get there? Why can't I? How did they get this success? Why can't I? And once you start comparing yourself to others, you've lost. So don't go there. Don't compare yourself. Just end of story. But the thing to consider is, what's that money doing for you, right? Like, where are you spending it? How's it working for you? In the motivation process, is it giving you what you want? And so as I come across money and as I accumulate more money in this life, I think about the things that I'm doing with my money, right? Like, where am I investing it? How am I making it work for me? How am I able to do more with my money? I remember being young, and when I was earning money, I was trying to buy as many rental properties as I could, right? I was trying to create passive income, something that would support my life. I knew that if I could create enough passive income properties that would support my living every single day, then I didn't have to work as hard as I possibly had to before. Because before I was living paycheck to paycheck. Every time I would make $1,000, that $1,000 would be gone. But if I can cover call it my nut. If I could cover my nut, then it basically allows me to do whatever I want in life. It allows me to explore new things and to have new options, because I'm not so focused on making that dollar to put food and shelter and clothes and things like that on my family. So The problem here is that people are driven by the money. They go after things that are going to cause them to earn more money. They go after things that might lead to more money. And these things don't always bring happiness, right? Like often we'll take a job because the money sounds amazing. I'll admit that that's one of the reasons why I got into real estate the first time, was because I saw a ton of people making insane amounts of money. I saw people flipping houses and making, $20, $50, $100,000 on one property. And I thought, oh, that's what it takes. That's not that bad. I can do that too. And it was something that I was interested in because I like construction and I like fixing problems and I like tackling new things like that. But for the most part, I got in it for the wrong reasons. And again, because of that, it wasn't something that I could continue to do forever. And my desires and my interests and the things that I was wanting to do changed. So think about where you are in your life, and are you driven in your job by money, or are you driven because you're super passionate about it and what you can do with that job, right? Like, are you excited because you can influence other people? Are you excited because you can create content that you're excited about? Are you excited because you're helping change the world for a better reason? What's making you excited about it? But back to the money side of things. So with money comes responsibility, right? So if I go after something that's going to cause me to make more money, it's going to give me money, and then what do I do with this money? Am I buying things that I don't need? Am I investing in things that maybe get me along further? Am I creating more opportunities with my money that could generate more success for me? Am I giving it to people that can better their lives, right? Like I know a lot of really successful people who give away a ton of money. They help great causes, organizations. They help put people through school. They help put homes or people into homes. They help give food to people. Just tons of incredible things. But the problem is that for the most part, most people are in it selfishly. And I'm not going to generalize and say this is everybody, but there are a big chunk of people that go after money just for the personal things that they can get. So the thing that I want you to think about this week as you consume your content, digest your podcast, whatever it is that you're doing, is I want you to think about what the money that you're after is going to do for you in your life. Here's the question too. Have you created a level of life that you have to work at a job that you don't want to be at just to get, right? So meaning, a lot of people buy too big of a house. They find too fancy of a car. They eat expensive food that they probably can't afford because they think that they're entitled to this lifestyle, right? They think, you know what, I've worked hard, I deserve this. And yes, you need to reward yourself, but you might not need to buy a house that costs twice as much as everybody else in your neighborhood. You might not need to spend $100,000 on a car when you could get away with 20 or 30. Maybe you don't even need a car, right? Maybe you can just Uber it everywhere depending on where you live. When you have the choice to go out to dinner, I'm not saying you have to eat Taco Bell, McDonald's at $5 a meal or whatever, but do you have to go spend $100 going out to dinner several times a week, right? Do you have to go out to dinner 7 times a week? What are your habits? The thing is that a lot of people get into these patterns where they start spending money on themselves. They go into massive debt to pay for these things. And now they have to stay at that job that they hate just to be able to afford the lifestyle that they've built, right? So think about that book, The Millionaire Next Door, and he covers this in great detail. If you haven't checked out the Millionaire Next Door book, he talks about that, how people in America have bought too expensive of cars, have bought too expensive houses, and now they're trying to, as they say, keep up with the Joneses. But more importantly, they've put themselves into this debt that now they have to sustain. So if you could live off, let's just say $30,000 or $40,000 a year, but because you bought too expensive of a house or too expensive of a car, or you have this eating out habit, now you have to spend $150,000 or $200,000 a year. And if you're making $200,000 a year and you're loving what you're doing and it's great, then great, reward yourself. Doesn't mean you have to go spend all your money on these temporal things. The other side of it is maybe you're not that happy at your job and you're just sticking around because it pays the bills. I've been there, right? So I talked about this before. The job that I once had paid a little over $100,000, maybe $105,000 a year by the time I got all my bonuses and everything. And it wasn't what I loved. I remember being in school and making like $20,000 a year and being super happy because my life was super frugal. I had little overhead. I could spend my money on fun things, go on fun trips, do things like that. And that becomes more important. So
don't try to build this life that's so massive and so unattainable that you have to keep the job that you're doing. Maybe you can give that up and go find something that makes you happier and make less income, right? Maybe you can earn $40,000 or $50,000 a year. I'm not saying like don't try to earn money. I'm just saying maybe you can earn $40,000 or $50,000 a year and do something that you absolutely love, that just vibrates everything in your body, so exciting that you just can't wait to do it, versus I'm making a ton more money, but I'm doing something that I hate to do every single day. Get the point? So money is that driving factor. Everybody wants it. What are we doing with it? How are we using it? Are we creating assets in our life that generate more income? Are we going out to eat at $100 a plate, or are we buying another rental property? Are we buying another business? Are we investing in something that's going to bring us more income back into our life, so that maybe we don't have to show up to work every day? Maybe we can do something else. Whatever you're after, that's the goal, right? Find that happiness, find that joy, do the thing in this life that brings you that joy. So that's my thought for this week. Kind of a ramble about money, but hopefully that kind of brings you some clarity on what you're working on and where your money's going. I would do an audit, right? So in my business, we do an audit every 90 days of where all of our money's going, where are we investing in, what are the programs that we're using every day, where's every dollar going? I just want to know. I want to make sure that I'm spending the right places. And if it's not bringing us an ROI, a return on investment, then I got to rewind and maybe take that thing off the list, or put that money somewhere else, or find a different way to spend it. But the point is to audit your life, audit your accounts, audit your happiness. Just make sure, number one, you're going in the right direction, but are you spending money in the right areas too? So there's my homework for you this week. Go audit your life, financially, personally, happiness. If you haven't done it for a while, it's a big, big wake up for you. Anyway, that's my gist for the week. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I'm on my way out to Temecula today to go speak. And if you're local and you're in North San Diego County and you haven't heard me speak before, and you're a real estate agent, like if come hear me speak. We do a great class at Temecula, mostly about how to use social media in your business, capture more business, do more business. And anyway, that's where I'm heading. So see you guys on the next one. Hey guys, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button below. Make sure that you're sharing this with somebody who needs to see this content every single week. This is the Erik vlog. I appreciate you guys following along and subscribing and being part of the journey. Hopefully you're loving the stories and everything that we have to share. But subscribe to this channel. We produce a ton of great content, lots of fun stuff that's coming out, lots of good information, and hopefully bringing you guys the value that you want. So hit the button below, subscribe. See you on the next one.